Yo!
Who is he?
Lonzo Ball. What was the team that first came to your mind when I said that? Was it the Lakers? I know it was. It is for me too. And we all know that the Lakers is Lonzo Ball's preferred destination when it comes to the NBA draft. And according to his dad, it's the only team that Lonzo is allowed to play for, even though his dad has just about no say in the matter.
Trust and believe that.
And with the NBA lottery going down last night, and real quick, here are the standings for which teams will draft to come this June. Celtics number 1, Lakers number 2, Sixers at number 3, Suns number 4, Kings number 5, Magic number 6, Wolves number 7, Knicks number 8, Mavericks number 9, Kings again at number 10, Hornets number 11, Pistons number 12, Nuggets number 13, and Heat number 14, and so on for the playoff teams based on their record. And as you can see, against all odds, the Lakers not only managed to keep their top 3 protected pick, but they also landed the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft. Crazier things have happened in the lottery, but that puts them in a prime position to be able to select Lonzo, since Boston has the number 1 pick, and I think they're pretty much sold on Fultz already. And upon learning that the Lakers will have the number 2 pick, a source close to Lonzo Ball told the media that Lonzo Ball is uncertain as to whether or not he'll even work out for another team that isn't LA. And I don't even think I need to tell you guys this could be a horrible decision on Lonzo's part.
Trust and believe that.
Because look at this. Sure, you're telling the Lakers, yo, draft me, draft me, draft me. Look, over here, give me your attention, take me to the promised land with you. That's great and all, but the thing is, the Lakers are about to select the best player they could possibly get with the number 2 pick.
Trust and believe that.
They have no obligation to select Lonzo Ball just because he's local or anything like that, or because his dad wants him to play there, or he wants to play there. They have no obligation to do that whatsoever.
Trust and believe that.
They're gonna take the best player available, whether that's Lonzo Ball, Josh Jackson, or De'Aaron Fox.
Trust and believe that.
I mean, if you don't work out for other teams, you might mess around and fall even lower in the draft, because then if you look at Sixers, who will pick next, who are they gonna take? The guy that worked out for them, the guy they liked, or the guy that didn't work out for them and the guy that doesn't want to be there because he wants to be in LA? They're most likely gonna go with the other guy, and so on and so forth down the draft, until it gets to the point where Lonzo is clearly the best player available and they take him regardless if he wants to be there or not.
Trust and believe that.
And on top of that, it's not like the Lakers have given any clear indication that they're going to select Lonzo Ball. According to Magic Johnson, he said yesterday that they're looking at 5 or 6 guys to take with the number 2 overall pick. That's a decent amount of competition. That number is most likely gonna be 4 to 5, since Boston's gonna take one of those guys, but still, that just means that Lonzo, if he wants to get drafted by the Lakers, when it comes to the workouts, he has to outwork every guy there. He's gonna say all the right things I already know during the interview because he's been practicing for this his whole life. It's just gonna come to the workout whether he's a better player than everyone else. But all that being said, when I think of Lonzo Ball, I still think of the Los Angeles Lakers. I can't see him with a different jersey on that isn't the Lakers, so he's most likely gonna get picked by the Lakers.
Trust and believe that.
Does that feel like your best game of the year for you?
Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I said, they got lucky, but the world hasn't seen anything yet.
Speaking of the Lakers having the number 2 pick in such a point guard heavy draft, the Lakers already have a young point guard that has ice in his veins. Not many other players can say that. DAngelo Russell. Now, his first 2 years haven't been bad. I mean, he had been dealing with a bunch of minor injuries that only allowed him to play in 63 games last year, where he averaged 15 points, just under 5 assists per game, but was very streaky, very streaky. I mean, some games he would catch fire and would look absolutely unstoppable. In other games, you wouldn't need to worry so much about stopping him because he never got going. And that is made clear from the 40% he shot from the field and just the average 35% he shot from 3. That being said though, he is still only 21 and has showed that he has tremendous upside that a lot of teams would be willing to bet on moving forward with him as their point guard. And now those teams also see that the Lakers have the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft, and they are most likely going to select a point guard, whether it be Ball or Fox. And of course, that has teams interested in the price of acquiring DAngelo Russell. Now, of course, there is no word on which teams are interested in Russell, or even if the Lakers are willing to move him, since one option they do have is to draft a playmaker like Ball and then move Russell over to the 2 guard, so he only has to focus on scoring. It would also give them a 3-guard rotation of Clarkson, Ball, and Russell. Russell, even though he would be undersized at the 2-guard, can most definitely fill in that scoring need at that position. But at least it's safe to say that the Lakers will have plenty of options this year during the NBA draft and will be one of the biggest players during the NBA draft this year. For the past few years, NBA fans have been wondering when a team would come along to dethrone LeBron James and take over the Eastern Conference. And the East is now beginning to see a few teams pop up that could make serious runs at LeBron within the next few years. And according to Joel Embiid, the Sixers are one of them. And it's not in
not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7
years, but next year. As the Sixers were rewarded with the number 3 pick last night in the NBA draft, and Joel Embiid said this: "We're gearing up at the right time. When we start getting good, that's when Cleveland and LeBron will start going down. When I say we are going to be ready to win when the Cavs are going down, that doesn't mean like in 5 years. Next year, I think we are going to be ready to win." The level of boldness in that claim is through the roof. I like the confidence and the ambition. But let's start with a few baby steps first, Joel. The first thing is you and Simmons both have to prove that you can stay healthy. Then focus on putting together a winning season and getting into the playoffs and getting some experience. Then after that, we will all see how ready you guys are to make a serious run at this. That being said though, the Sixers, if healthy, and Simmons and Josh Jackson, who they are most likely going to take with the number 3 overall pick in this year's draft, are as good as advertised, could be pretty scary. I mean, Simmons, Jackson, Sarge, and Embiid, that's about as good as a young core as you will get. And it'll also make Philly a much more attractive place than ever to free agents looking for a young team on the come up. So not next year, Embiid, but stay the course and you'll get there soon enough. So this series is officially over. And it was one of the most physical playoff series that we have seen so far, with the two teams who didn't like each other going at it. And it took Game 7 to decide the outcome of the match. And while it would have been hard to be a Wizards fan that night after your team came up just 1 game short of the Eastern Conference Finals, nothing would have been harder than being a Wizards fan at the game in Boston. Like this guy was, for example.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! World's done!
Now this footage was just released, and caution for this next part of it. If you don't like blood, I'd suggest that you skip ahead the next 30 seconds or so in the video. And it looks like the Wizard fan got one really solid hit in, but come on guy, it's a sport meant for entertainment. It's fine to be passionate about your favorite team, but it should never get to this point. And on top of that, you were in enemy territory. I mean, you're lucky that security showed up, or things could have gotten very, very bad for you.
It's not what I expected. I'm disappointed. And the only way I can process is I think it's not about O's and X's or rebounds or turnovers or anything like that. That I think we've maybe felt it too much, Kawhi being gone, in the sense that I don't think, as I watched, I don't think they believed. And you have to believe. And I don't think as a group they really did, which means probably a little bit feeling sorry for themselves, you know, psychologically, subconsciously, whatever psychobabble word you want to use. But that's the way I process it. I don't think they started the game with the belief. And it showed in the, you know, the lack of edge, intensity, grunt, you know, all that sort of thing. And that was disappointing. But when you're playing a team that's as good as Golden State, you're going to get embarrassed if that's the way you come out.
I think the Warriors learned their lesson from not playing their best from the opening tip in Game 1, because, well, they came out yesterday and they ended the game against the Kawhi Leonard-less Spurs within minutes, which resulted in them getting their second biggest postseason blowout in franchise history. I mean, they haven't beaten a team this badly since they did it to Philly all the way back in 1949. 136-100 was the final score. Golden State also recorded a franchise postseason high 39 assists last night. Steph Curry picked up where he left off in Game 1 with 29 points, hitting just about everything he put up to go along with 7 assists and 7 rebounds. And since it was a blowout, Patrick McCaw also saw significant playing time and 18 points in his 27 minutes off the bench. Jonathan Simmons, who got the start in place of Kawhi, was the only Spur who showed up last night, as he had 17 points in the first half and finished with 22 on the night. Now with all the news and recaps out the way, let's talk about the question of the day. And today's will be 2 questions, and you guys can answer one or both of them. The first of them is, will the Lakers take Lonzo Ball with the number 2 pick? And the second is, if they do draft a point guard, whether it's Lonzo Ball or De'Aaron Fox, will they trade Russell? And if so, to who? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, but now let's take a look at what some of you guys said in yesterday's video. And yesterday, after the Celtics eliminated the Wizards, I asked you guys how many games you think this series against Cleveland would last. And I could see these responses coming from a mile away. Cavs in 3. What do you mean the Celtics might win a game or two? 4-0 Cleveland easy. I'm a Celtics fan and I believe in my team, yet I have the Cavs in 5. I mean a 5'9" all-star or the best player in the league. RIP Celtics 2017. Yep. 4, 5, a few people said 6, even fewer said 7, and even fewer than that said the Celtics would win. I mean, it seems like every matchup we say, oh, they might win a game or two against the Cavs, but then it's over it in 4. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see if the Celtics can stop Cleveland from escaping the East without a single scratch. But like I said, leave your answers for today's question of the day down in the comment section below. But other than that, thank you once again for watching this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on it and subscribe to stay up to date with everything going on in the NBA. And until tomorrow, keep getting the Bucks Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!